Good God, what, we're on time? Really? Saw you fix that. Yeah, I saw you. Yeah, you did. You fixed it. You're good, man. You're good. All right. Hopefully everybody's 4th was spectacular and bang 'em up loud. I know it was around my neck of the woods. The beasties don't like the loud extravaganza of fireworks. It's all cool, though. I think they'll get used to it. What do you think? Anybody have dogs that just do not like the extravaganza? The bang, the boom? Anyway, welcome to it. Cool show tonight. Let me do some quick checks. Hey, how's the portal? What's the portal doing? Yeah, I know I can see it. All right, cool. Anyway, portal's open. Chat's open. Chat's open in the portal. When I say portal, it's the university portal. We're live on Rumble and YouTube. Yeah, just Rumble and YouTube. We're keeping it simple. After the holiday. Good times after the holiday. The weather effect. Weather away. Not the weather like lightning and, brimstone and everything that you're thinking about, but the weather effect. When it comes to plain English, we're not talking about a true effect, the weather virus, but pretty much sometimes that's what people call it, refer it to in the world of psychology and sociology. The behavioral virus, the wither away and die because of society, what society sees, what society reports. Think of it as like a reported suicide. Nobody knows it was a suicide until it was reported. It's society's own suicide measure. It's copy paste, send it somewhere else. It's news propaganda. It's news validity. It's news credibility. And it's sometimes straight news, fake news, because it's information. Sin sells, right? Satan sells, violence sells. We all want to watch it. We all want to wither the society into the madness of what spreads quicker. Well, violence spreads faster than anything. Not money. No, not money, not sex, not beauty, not sin, not extravaganzas of gold necklaces. It's wither away of violence. Mass killings in the U.S. Period. Mass shootings. It's a crystal clear statistical contagion. I think we kind of covered that on the last show. It's a contagion. There's a mathematical formula to it. There's a outlier. There's a contagion of you, the polarizer of the mass shooting. It all happens at once sometimes. Multiple shootings, it spreads across the country like wildfire on social media. So there's the contagion of wither away. That's the attention getter. It's you're withering into a world of, all I care about is the phenomenon of, or construct of insanity. Something that doesn't work being repeated. Right? Crazy retardation thought of, I'm going to wither myself away into nothing because I'm the contagion of, let me spread it. Let me send it somewhere else. Another angle. One goes for 1 to 2 weeks without anything. God, I'm bored. There's nothing happening. There's no police chases to watch. There's no cool shootings to watch. Anybody ever turn on YouTube or, your streaming platforms or your TV or, your video, your satellite, and suddenly you figure out, oh, crap, there isn't anything on whatsoever, man. There's nothing on. So you're bored. It's the same way. It's something that has the attraction of violence, adrenaline, dopamine, right? Oh, there it goes. Serotonin, the math of society. You, the participant, the number. You're a mathematical equation in society when it comes to the WERTHER effect, the virus of the WERTHER effect in society. The math doesn't lie. Mass shootings, they don't just spawn out of society's need. They spawn roughly 1/3 of another shooting within 2 weeks. Now, what does this mean? 1/3 of another shooting within 2 weeks. 1/3 of you focus on hunting for shootings. 1/3 of society. Yes, 1/3 of society. Internationally, worldwide, 1/3. You hunt for it. The other 1/3 is the one that's going to show up to investigate it. The other 1/3 is the one that's going to show up to, get the propaganda, the news media, send it out to the world. The other 1/3 is the one that's going to catch it on YouTube, share it with your friends, send it out. And the bottom of the barrel 1/3 are going to be the shooters. Not to mention the 1/3 of the victim party. It's a mathematical formula. Every school shooting spawns from each other. Yeah, nobody really paid attention to school shootings. Nobody paid attention to kids in the classroom with guns until what? A mass shooting, Columbine. But everybody forgot about the first major big shooting way before that in a little town called Pearl in Mississippi. Shootings all over the place, but people are catching it, You're the society's the wither away and die factor when it comes to hunting for these shootings, hunting for these withered virus effects. So society itself is its own contagion when it comes to wither away and die. Just like you've jumped on this show, you're like, oh, what's it about? Well, it's about society's contagion of self-polarization withering itself away. Shootings do not cluster by geology, all right, or genealogy. They're not. They're not sporadic. They're sociological. They're psychological based. Mens rea, actus rea. The same reason one in society withers away mentally and sociologically when they're hunting for these things to spread, when they're hunting for this information. Careful tone tonight? No, we're not going to do this in a careful tone tonight because why? Violence isn't a careful tone. Glad to see you posted something out there, but careful tones for something like this do not work. They're not effective. Why? Bureaucracy's careful tiptoe around the tulip tone. Yeah, look at England. England's falling apart. Everybody thought the United States was bad. Holy crap, man. Old Jameson would be pissed. When I say Jameson, for those of you that like good bourbon, you know what I'm talking about. Like whiskey, Irish whiskey, pretty good stuff. Chats are open. Rumble, YouTube, send it. So, in practical terms, all right, we're not talking about a true virus that you're going to walk into the store without washing your hands and pick up. It's the wither away of society. The novel approach, all right, the novel description, the method and the detail of the information that society's getting within social media. You can plug in to any outlet, a platform, TikTok, Instacrap, Face crap, whatever platform you're in, there's always going to be an alternative covering of the story that you just watched. There's going to be a different view. There's going to be a different opinion. There's going to be prevention groups. There's going to be legal representation. There's going to be victimology. There's going to be somebody, out there, psychology, sociology. And you ever notice how the news picks the dumbest dumbass in the neighborhood or the biggest drunk to share the story of what happened? Or the biggest moron who really didn't see anything or really couldn't tell you anything in detail? It's kind of a coach method, or the words that they're using aren't really the words that they want to use because the reporter or the news outlet that said, hey, keep it clean, keep it here, keep it there. And you can tell the words that this person is using are not the words they're going to use in a normal day-to-day conversation with Bob, Tina, Janet, and Billy out on the daggone street. The media is withering away the effect of the information and how it's shared. We're not arguing fake news, real news. We all know that exists, credibility and validity. But it's the wither effect. How are you absorbing the information? How are you sharing the information? How are you helping the mass exodus of info into society? How are you helping it, or are you destroying it? The leading edge, think of suicide. This is just an example, okay? We're not condoning suicide. And I know somebody said, it's YouTube. Somebody said suicide. Yeah, we can, because it's educational, right? That's what this show is. We don't doom scroll garbage, and we don't help the wither effect of the mass virus contagion to society. We actually give you something to listen to. Suicide feels like a burden in society, right? When things don't make sense, people aren't sociologically sound, psychologically sound, but there's always a mens rea, there's always a withered factor in that one person's life that pushed them toward that thought of suicide, taking my own life, because it's the only end construct of a behavior to fix or solve the problem. Where did the person that is constructively in their brain thinking about harming themselves or taking their own life, where did they get this thought? Where did they get this idea? Where did they get this as an answer to a problem? Society sucks like a bag of neuronic leeches on mass violence. It's become a contagion within society. So of course, someone that doesn't know how to handle the problem, sociological, someone that doesn't know how to handle a problem, psychological, someone that doesn't know how to seek help, psychologically, sociologically, friends, family. What do you expect? The withered away psychosis, the phenomenon. It's happened. Now suicide is an answer. Now we're aiding in the percentages of the 1/3 victims that are going to self-victimize. You don't need a mass shooting event. You don't need a dum-dum in a car running from the police. You just need one person in society to act as the news anchor. Yes, the anchor. It's kind of like an anchor baby. Yeah, now everybody's focused on the Supreme Court and the 14th Amendment and more weather away. It's kind of like Roe v. Wade, back to the states. Everybody lost their cookies on that. Now everybody's losing their damn marbles on this. It's a wither away. It's a mass. Now what it's going to cause is protest, anger, fights. People aren't even going to want to get together with their friends anymore to have a conversation, because the anchor baby conversation is going to make them mad, and now they're going to fall into that 1/3 category, or 95, 98% statistical profile of you're going to get pissed and become a wither effect, the wither of violence within society. I know. It's hard to understand. What is this? This subtitle makes the scope clear for it. Well, that's not a subtitle. It's a self-exact title. I mean, society withers itself away. It destroys itself. Does this connect media narratives to behavioral scripts? No, it doesn't connect media to behavioral scripts, but it does connect media and the media's inability to comprehend sociological construct and behavior as it applies to psychological development in the moment. Think of episodic memory recall. Why does one consider suicide? The wither effect that's out there. I know I can solve my problem. A problem gone along with me. The burden of me in society. It's a wither effect. It's the same thing. So public health and criminal justice feels like it's overlapping. Yeah, it is overlapping, unfortunately. That's not what the law enforcement agencies were independently and structurally designed for. They're not mental health police. They're not mental health seekers. They're not mental health fixers for you in society. Now, there's a wither topic too, right? Defund the police, anti-police, because they can't help our mentally ill. It's not their job. It's not their job. The title and the scope, law enforcement. Now, if it's a mentally ill person harming other people, harming themselves, or breaking the law. Yeah, of course, but not getting out there. We're not, or I say we, I'm retired, but law enforcement is not the practicing clinician to go have a conversation on the street, the approach of it. No, they're not with the mentally ill, mentally dilapidated, or mentally triggered during an event. Yeah, triggered. It's kind of like triggered events. Triggered events, happen after 1 to 2 days, 1 to 2 weeks apart. It's a mark and a suggestive theory in society. Why? Columbine. Now everybody wants to take a gun and go to school, take a gun and go to the mall, take a gun and take a platform and go create 9 kinds of chaos and to draw some attention. But the majority of the time, the shooters self-eliminate themselves. Yes, suicide or suicide by cop, right? Why didn't you just push the suicide button before you went out there and hurt everybody else? The weather effect, the weather virus affecting the psychological, mental profile of one person, the abnormality of thought, cognitive ability, hippocampus, limbic system. Now that I'm suffering, now that I'm hurt, I'm withered through a virus of mass contagion of watching all the violence in society because I chose to. Now I'm withered down and dilapidated. Here's my answer. This is how I'm going to do it. So now that I'm triggered, I'm going to go create some violence. That's what it is. That's what the wither effect, the wither mass violence contagion. Yep. The psychotic identification. That's the... Yeah, I see what you're putting in the second thing. I see it. There is... Ethnics overclick. Yeah. Child reporting that the whole issue. Well, the reporting of an issue of a weather effect on an individual is up to society. You can't just say, hey, it's all based on lack of reporting. Well, if society sees something and society doesn't report it, then that's part of the wither away effect. Kind of like the thing, see something, say something. Kind of like everybody, I hate myself. I didn't know Bob was going to kill himself. I missed it. I missed all the warning signs. Yeah, you withered away. I like you, man. You're my best bud. And then, boom, 2 days later, Bob's dead. Self-inflicted. The weather effect. It's just kind of, people want to put that down, fault of society, fault of an agency, fault of medical personnel, psychological personnel. Well, it's not when someone sees it. It's just it's a stupid argument, really. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's a sociological problem. Society withers away and fails. Let's move on to the psychotic identification. Yeah, the bigger pictures in this, okay? When you think, that's me in society, that's what I would do. Yep, I would mass shoot it. I would do this. I would do that. You are assigning yourself as the single outlier out there of a criminal, someone who's conducted an act of mass violence. So now you're psychologically assigning yourself there within the politic profile of the mass shooter, the one that committed the violence. You're assigning yourself there politically. You're assigning yourself there self-identity, the same as the actual shooter, just based on, that's what I would do. That's how I would fix the problem. Society doesn't really understand the mens rea. They do not understand the mitigating circumstance, the exigent reason, mentally, sociologically, subconsciously, mens rea. So all they need to hear is, yep, Bob said he would go fix it that way too. Bob said he would go, commit this act of mass violence, the shooting. People hear it. Now you're withered away because, Bob has the potential to do this. You're withering away, but we're not going to say nothing. Bob's not really going to do that. Then suddenly Bob goes and does it. The psychotic symptom, yep. Why do you think Bob said that? Why do you think Bob did that? Why do you think Bob made you aware that they would handle a situation that way? Bob is withered away because Bob has been affected by the wither virus of mass violence in society. Wither away and die like a withering leaf on a tree, right? Not wither away. Is Bob hearing voices? Are you hearing voices? Does it say kill them, burn them? Paranoid delusion, schizophrenic behavior? The government's trying to kill me. The government's trying to kill them. We have to get up and do something. Conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory is a wither effect too. Now, we're not here to argue conspiracy theory as in credibility or validity. That's up to you if you want to believe a conspiracy, the credibility or validity of it. But the wither effect on you, for you, when you fall prey to it, you fall into the deep rabbit hole of a conspiracy. Did we land on the moon? Are there aliens in Area 51? The conspiracies. You know, were there two shooters? Was there one? It's kind of like the race of rats on a ship. It's all down to the two rats, right? Last rat standing. The most credible, the most validated, the one that has the stamina to withstand the withering effect of violence. But yet, the last rat standing watched all the other rats fight, and all the other rats eat other rats, and while that last rat was watching, that last rat was participating in the same violent action of killing other rats and eating rats to be the last rat standing on the ship. It's the delusionist effect in your head, the template for you, the psychological push. What does that say? The original Wither discussion is about information after publicized suicide. Yep, that is true, but suicide is used as an example. It's used as a primary example in the world of psychology, in the world. Yeah, thanks for the 5. We could use that. We're going to drop that to the printer. Yep. We're trying to get a new printer for some students at a new center, some researchers, so that they can send stuff. And it's not just a print, but it's the actual hook into the node, so that if we have students at the regional centers that are abroad, they can be in Timbuktu and send something and it'll print. Yep, regardless of where they're at. So let's get into the bigger picture, the psychotic symptoms, okay? Voices. Oof. The voices in your head. We're not talking about, the devil's talking to me, or we're not talking about aliens or tinfoil. We're talking about the lack of ability because of the wither effect, the stress of the day, all right? Psychological research, sociological construct, sociological behavior. What happened to you today? What was the stressor? Can you turn the voice off in the head? You're withered. It's affected you. The violence, it's violent against you. Why? Because you're not getting any sleep. Now your mood swings are going to happen. You're not going to have that energy tomorrow. You're going to be easily triggered, and being triggered is a key profile in withered. You got to know when someone's triggered. They're already withered by the violence in society. No sleep, bad event, stressful. Can't shut the voices off in the head at night so you can take your big giant head to sleep on your little tiny pillow. Put it in the chat. Who has a hard time turning the wheels off, the moving wheels at night to go to sleep? Got to take that little sippy sip of something, or that little crack of a pill bottle. Oh, I'll just take melatonin, Dr. Mike. It's all good. Yeah, every night, 5, 6 of them. Mix them in with your brandy. Yeah, the wither effect has affected you already. It doesn't have to be about a mass shooting on TV. It could be physically and mentally to you. It could just be something that nobody clicks or nobody sees or nobody understands except you. Yep, despite being psychotic, people may plan something meteorologically to harm themselves. There's a method to everything, just like law enforcement. Methodology. Got to go investigate the case. Well, the first step of the methodology for an investigator is the contact. Who called you to let you know that you were going to be sent to 123 Smith Street to investigate this wither effect of someone who committed a random act of mass violence? The psychosis. What were the warning signs? What were the warning signals? What did the friends see, or what did the family members see and stay away from? All of you know somebody like that. Someone, if you haven't experienced it yourself, somebody knew something was going on, but nobody wanted to step in because nobody wanted to be seen as the trigger. Nobody wanted to be seen as the racist. Nobody wanted to be seen as the opposite side of the dilemma because it didn't make you politically look good. So trauma happens and you did nothing to intervene, interject an opinion, a thought, something. So you aided in the wither away effect of mass violence in society. And it doesn't just have to be the, crazy active shooter. It could be, there's more self-harm for mass violence than there are shootings or stabbings. I mean, let's be for real. How many people just actively do not take care of yourself? It's kind of like fit cop, fat cop. You need to go back. If you haven't seen that, go back and watch that. We get a lot of likes and a lot of hits on that. A lot. Globally. Yep. Policy targeting. Policy targeting is the biggest, easiest way to trigger the wither away effect in society on the planet. Policies. Yeah. It creates stress. It creates undue panic. It creates, mother of God. I mean, what does it not? I'm going to shut this down. Yeah. What? Okay, well, reboot it. I know, just reboot it, man. Hit like button, reboot. Yeah, it's kind of like rerouting, reboot it. I know it's the node. It's probably doing an update. Anyway, back to the global targeting of policy. Policy targeting creates serious mental illness. Yes, policy. For all of you that are Democrats and Republicans and, left-wing, right-wing policy, argument of policy, theoretical argument of decision, and on the floor like that jackass from Memphis and Nashville, the big Don King hair, making a dumbass out of himself every time. Mental illness, arguing the policies that you agree with and don't agree with. What does that do? It affects social, logical construct, response, behavior. It's a wither effect of society. Everybody's so stressed out. Thus, you have doom and gloom scrollers all over. Yep, we're going to report the doom and glooms every day so you don't have to look for it. We'll report it to you. And they hook you, and you come back every day at 6 a.m., 8, 2, 1, whenever they're broadcasting the doom and the gloom so you could get your wither away effect. Yeah, the wither away effect of mass violence and chaos. You don't even live in Brendan's city of crappy Chicago, but you're going to pay attention to that info. Like, I can't believe he said that. It's in Chicago. It affects everybody. Does it? Does it really affect you? Stop withering away into something that creates serious mental illness to where you can't stop thinking about it and you reflect it into your life and it has nothing to do with your life. It's not going to stop your day. It's not going to stop the chores that you have to do. It's not going to stop your dog from pooping on the carpet. It's not going to stop you having to go to the store to get milk or cereal or food for the kiddos or go to work. You're withering away. You're acting as the mass mental damage to yourself. And then you're going to go talk about it with everybody in society. The policies addressing the violence, the guns, the substance abuse, the psychological abuse, the mental illness, the insanity numbers of illegal aliens in the United States. Is it affecting you? And if it affects you, yeah, there's a contagion that you're involved in. But there's a difference between the kinetic physical effect and the psychological wither away. You'd be amazed at how many people I talk to in law enforcement agencies and in the clinical practitionership environment that pay more attention to crap on the media and YouTube and Rumble, especially X. Everybody say, I love X now because it's all freedom and open. Well, so is Blue Sky. So is YouTube. So YouTube's a lot more restrictive, but damn. Why are you just searching for mass media violence and the effect of buffoonery and stuttery stupidity? Get off on it, gets that dopamine going, and then you can't stop thinking about it. So you have another argument with your friends. Well, I can't get with Uncle Bob or Aunt June because they're an extreme righty or lefty or conservative. Or why not? Don't have the conversation about the policy and the political targeting. Have a conversation about, I don't know, man, what you're going to get somebody for a birthday, what the last party was like, what are we going to do for a family vacation, the generalization of immunity to weathering the mass effect. You've got to generalize an idea on how to get away from the weather effect. I know, people are like, I don't like this guy's channel. He's saying I watch too much crap. Yeah, you do. You watch too much shit. Too much stupid shit. That's why society is going to hell in a handbasket right now. Man, everybody's like, Trump derangement, Biden derangement. Well, Obama said the same thing about immigration. Good grief. The czar of immigration worked for Democrats and Republican presidents. You don't see anybody losing their damn brain about that. You don't see anybody really addressing that wither effect of the mass contagion of violence and stupidity in the United States. Behavior, generalization, guys. The immunization, all right, and the imitation. Imitating society in a way to where you're aiding in the problem or the phenomenon is aiding in society withering away to mass violence, mass extremism, mass mental illness. You're helping it. Why? Hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel because I'm going to show you all the protests, all the violence, all the Cheeto dust spray, all the cars running over protesters. Yeah, hit the like button, stupid. Hit it. Subscribe to it. Burn your brain out. Become part of the wither away, the ideological radicalization of society. Yeah, the forensic analysis shows shooters, gun people, all right, often hold no coherent political beliefs. Yeah, mass shooters, those that participate in mass violence, there's no real political ideology or belief or base or foundation for the shooter. It's violence. It's a psychopath. It's not politics. But everybody thinks that, well, the news is right. There was a political reason. You ever thought that maybe the psychopathy was a psychotic, untreated disorder or a psychotic episode? Nobody wants to go there. Nobody wants to do something as simple as identify a bipolar disorder, a manic energy plus psychotic delusions. That's a volatile mix, people. Nobody wants that. Delusional disorders. The precursory type, right? According to clinicians. The ones that make you feel invincible. The psychosis that makes you feel persecuted. Woe is me, eat some worms. I need some cheese and a violin. So the easiest way for me to fix this would be the weather effect. Yeah, and did you get that going? Okay, it's going. Cool. It's going. All right. Put it on my screen over here. Cool. Thank you. So, the personality, the wither away, the self-prescribed precursory of now I'm a victim. Now I'm going to go to the withered instruction of what society has taught me. I've been withered away. The mass contagion, the virus of I've got to addict myself to the dopamine and the endorphin and the excitement of watching this so that when I have this psychosis moment, now I know how to respond. I'm going to become part of the virus contagion of mass violence equalization, and here I am, a statistical venue and the growth of violence. Yep, all based on a personality disorder. Paranoid delusion, paranoid borderline, paranoid schizophrenia, things that people just don't understand really exist. And you, yeah, the majority of you have a mental illness. You just do not know it. You're like, no, I don't have a mental illness. He's wrong, man. I don't have a mental illness. Yeah, you do. Believe me, everybody has a mental illness. How do I know? Dissociation. Look it up. The DSM. Everybody dissociates from something. Dissociate from this show. You dissociate from friends. You dissociate from specific political triggers that are wither away effects that affect the contagion of decision making in society that results in what? Mass violence, chaos. The effective dimension of policy. The trigger. And that's just what it is, people. Anyway, it's the day after the 4th. We just wanted to cover this just for a little bit because it's a poppy topic. We're not going to do a whole flagship 20 episodes on this thing, but we are going to actually add it to some stuff. And just to put it out, coming out this week, we do have a new flagship coming out. We have a new series coming out. It's going to be 8. I know. You're like, oh my God. 8 shows? Yeah, 8 shows. It's all on the science of division. And it's going to be really raw. It's going to be really cutthroaty. And it's going to hurt people's feelings. It's going to hurt Republican feelings. It's going to hurt Democrat feelings. It's going to hurt right-wing and left-wing and kashagugu cushy people because it's not about you. It's not. It's going to be 8 episodes. It's going to run over 15 days. It's going to be pretty in-depth, pretty in detail. Let me open this up so that we can go through and look at it. I know. Some people, my God, I don't want to watch that. It's going to be too much for me. Well, if it's going to be too much for you, maybe you should go find some withered away stuff. Episode 1, just national division. Episode 2, the science of religious division. Yes, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, all of it. Yeah, we're going to bust it down on hurt feelings. Scholarly. The third one, the science of political division. Oh, you got it working again? Okay. Where's that? Okay, cool. Okay, it's scrolling. I see it. It stopped off on... Yeah, it stopped off on Dr. B. All right. Third, political division. Fourth, ethnic division. Yes, ethnic. Your race, creed, culture, your ethnicity. Yep, we're going to throw that on the chopping block too. Academically, of course. Cultural division will be number 5. Economic division, everybody's favorite. Nobody cares about that race, creed. That money, man. Right, that money. It's kind of like I'm going to live with Islam, but I'm not going to conform. If you do what? Pay Jesus. Yeah, nobody wants to say that. The dollar bill, the money, the coin. Jizya. Yeah, the science of information warfare. What we're talking about today. Wither away the information, where it comes from and where it goes. We're going to cover it. The science of reunification. Yeah, the beauty of... All of you forgot about the critical moments in the world. World War I, World War II. Good God, everybody wants to celebrate something, but nobody wants to actually remember the real causation. Nobody wants to remember the real need for the fight and the unification of the people. So, come join us. It starts July the 8th. Other than that, stop being the wither of the mass effect of the contagion of violence. Stop doom scrolling. Stop it. Get away from it. Do something educational and good for yourself. My God. What's that? What is that dude that always doom scrolls over? You showed him to me like a week ago. Who is that guy? Some prepper show? Bald-headed dude? Yeah. I don't know. Anybody know? I don't know. I don't know if I can actually find it. I don't know the name of it. What is the name? Prepper something. Prepper. Whatever. It's some dude who's like a doom scroller every damn day. You watch him every day. I'm shaking your head. You watch that every dadgum day. You're like, hey, did you hear? No, I didn't hear that because I didn't watch it. Why? It's withering away. Wither away. What is he? So, what is it? Send me the link.